everyone, and welcome back to the Podcast of Stuff, episode 20. Getting along in these episodes. Getting there.
Hot.
This
Bit warm.
podcast is straight heat.
We're not streaming.
Yeah, we are. Don't worry.
It
Says it's
I'm on the
YouTube
channel.
says I'm live.
I'm currently on our channel.
I
It's a lie.
believe it. It says we're live.
Okay, no, it just came up now.
There we
Okay.
go. Ralph,
That's-
there's this thing called delay.
Eh,
I pressed the button, but YouTube has to process some things.
I don't know.
and
It's
then-
a little, it's usually a little faster. I usually check it around like that fucking minute after. I usually do.
Nope. All right. Got just a few little things to talk about. Nothing a whole lot. Pretty lax episode. Not a whole lot happened. So, the two things it did really are the Apple press conference and the Sony press conference. I feel like Apple will get through quickly, so let's just go with that. So, the two big hubbub things that happened from it. One, no more headphone jack on their phone.
What?
There's
No
No
more.
more headphone jack.
It's Bluetooth headphones only now
My exact phase.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why?
because they're fucking
They are
It's-
pushing their own
yeah.
Bluetooth headphones that work specifically with the iPhone that cost $150.
Yep.
Exactly. If he was like, well, they come with headphones.
Their compromise is that the Lightning port, the charge and USB port for the iPhone, has an adapter for the headphone
But
jack.
you have to buy the adapter.
No,
I told
no.
him-
The adapter comes with it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yes, but it's
Okay.
still like a plug. Like it's literally like a inch-long cord that goes into the bottom and then turns into a headphone jack. It looks stupid.
I told him they're solving a problem that they created. That's not even a problem.
Yep.
What
And
they
he's like, yeah.
what Apple loves to do is they like to force a standard.
And this is not going to be a standard.
Because
This
the
is
big thing
so
is
not gonna be
Apple
a standard.
owns Beats, and they're having Beats create a whole line of wireless headphones that work specifically for the new iPhone.
Yep.
So, with a
If
company
they
like
learn-
that, they can force a standard. It's stupid, but they can
It's
do
not-
it, which
it's
sucks.
only a standard when others pick it up. This will not be picked up.
I disagree.
It's not going to.
Did
It's
they
going to
not
flop.
learn anything from the Vita
Yep. Yep.
that had its own memory card and it just flizzopped?
Do you mean the
This is going to
PSP?
flop.
No, the Vita.
Oh,
No,
the
this
the
is Vita he's
PSP
talking about.
The PSP memory card still fit in things like cameras, like a whole bunch of. The Vita memory card is only for the Vita. You could pick up a 8 gig MS Duo Pro for like $13,
The
but
second,
a Vita one is like 28.
the second worst company for proprietary software, Sony.
Plus,
For
there were
hardware,
adapters.
sorry.
It could be adapted. Like it was nothing. You could do stuff there. For the Vita, it's just like you can only use those cards. That's why 64 gig Vita cards are like $120, but a 64 gig micro SD or just SD card is like 35.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
But Apple
So-
has pushed a standard before.
In what way?
Computers not having disk drives anymore. That
Okay.
started with MacBooks.
Okay.
And
those
people had a hubbub about that back then too, and guess what? They're not complaining, and most laptops don't have disk drives anymore.
You know why? Because we moved to a digital media.
Yeah.
And we're
That's-
getting to a point where people are using more.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that use wireless
No.
headphones.
Yes, people use wireless headphones, but
Yes.
people also there's a large variety of people that do not use wireless headphones.
I
They're
will-
an
okay.
inconvenience to them.
I
And-
will reference. Hold on. I will reference my own campus where I go to a school where very rich kids go. Everybody still has wired headsets. These kids drop money on fucking. I see people walk around in Yeezus shirts. All right. If you remember how the fucking Kanye shirt, how much Kanye shirts cost, people are dropping money on those. And,
600.
yeah, and not caring. People still use wires. Why? Because analog
I'm-
wires give better quality.
I'm not
So
saying
while
they don't.
I'm,
but
but
what
I'm saying their market is the
and
current base
people
that I go to
still
school
use
with.
disk drives back then too, when the MacBook came out. But
I'm
Apple
talking
has
today.
it,
As of
it's-
right now, today
and
on
that
campus,
day too, people
I
still
saw
use disk
no
drive.
wireless
Mike.
headphones.
Mike, does
Their
your computer
market is this.
Mike, does your computer have a disk drive?
No.
Oh yeah, you built yours. That doesn't count.
Yes.
But again, these people don't. You have burned CDs in your room.
Me?
Yeah, I remember seeing a burnt DVD.
I don't.
It was
know
weirdly
where.
named. That's why I
It
remember.
may have been like an old movie that I made in high school, like for a
Okay.
cinema thing. Or like an old project.
Regardless, discs themselves are very obsolete at this point.
At the time, they were not though. Like Blu-ray disc drives. At the time,
But-
they were not.
But
I'm
you could
just-
see. I'm just saying, you could see where we were moving towards a digital medium because Walkman at the time weren't outdated until Apple came out with the iPod and it's like your whole digital library, GB, if you do not move, your whole digital library in your hand without switching discs. People want convenience. So if you're having Bluetooth headphones and then they're popping in and out, which I have had Bluetooth headphones do this, they just pop in and out sometimes.
It's specific.
You're telling me.
It's specific hardware for the iPhone.
That means nothing.
Doesn't matter.
I have Audio Technica, or no, they're not Audio Technica.
It's
There's
not
some type
Bluetooth, is what I'm saying.
No, there's some type of headphones that have Bluetooth and they have the cord. I never use the Bluetooth unless my cords start messing up. I don't care about the Bluetooth on it because it's an inconvenience.
It's not Bluetooth, though, is what I'm saying.
What's not?
It's,
what they're using?
It's proprietary hardware and software that's better than Bluetooth. I don't
It's
know the specifics.
Proprietary Bluetooth.
It's not Bluetooth, believe me. Like Bluetooth.
They're taking away something that everybody has, which is a headphone with Bluetooth and or wireless. They're cutting off a large portion of people for no reason other than to push more of their own product. Or to inconvenience them.
Oh yeah,
and-
for their own product, yes. Just
Or
because.
to
And
inconvenience them.
The keyword
But-
is inconvenience there. It is an inconvenience, which is why it will not work.
I don't doubt the power of Apple. That stupid.
Okay,
that stupid
everything-
name. Can
But
push
everything
stupid
they've ever
shit.
pushed has been of more convenience to the people to them.
The disk drives.
You don't need disk drives in your computer, so your computers become slightly cheaper, and you could use that money towards something else in the computer. People don't need disk drives at this point.
At this
That's
point,
true.
yes. And
Okay, but again,
later on, do you think people won't need wired headphones? The
Oh, yeah, later
inconvenience
on,
of the
when-
wire? That's what I'm saying.
When the
I prefer
connectedness-
right now a official wired PlayStation 4 controller.
Agreed. Wired is always better because right now the signal strength it cannot be guaranteed when it comes to wired, wireless hardware for controllers, headphones, whatnot. The signal strength doesn't always connect strongly enough to give you the pinpoint accuracy and quality you need. We're
What
still
happens
not
when
there
there's-
yet.
What happens if there's some type of radio interference that they didn't account for?
What happens when they ship the first 600 devices or whatnot? And guess what? They're living in a city where there's heavy radio interference or there's a heavy cell tower, signal popping through, and now their shit doesn't work. And then the complaints start coming in, and then the refunds start getting demanded, and the bad press destroys them. It happens.
And they're
Can
adding
happen.
and then adding an inconvenience because you need to charge the headphones, I'm assuming.
Yep, you do.
Oh wait, hold on.
Wireless headphones. Have
Oh
to be
yeah, the
charged.
battery life is stupid.
Yep.
I personally think this is too early. Like I'm in
Oh, yeah.
I'm in
Oh,
agreement with you guys on that.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying on the whole this could never work. Right
We're
now,
just not there
it
yet.
cannot
yes,
happen.
yes, I agree. Like once batteries can like last longer and become
We've got that in development. I have
Okay.
read many journals.
so I'm
showing
going to
that,
send you guys
but
a
it's not there
site
yet.
that was sent to me after the thing this morning. So the whole like as we're talking about the whole no headphone jack, someone like fucking immediately made this site where it's like
Apple.
upgrade to iPhone 7 with Apple Plug, and all it does is just put a piece of plastic in your headphone jack on your iPhone 6.
Oh,
And it's like
God
it's such an
damn.
Apple page too, and like
This is
Oh.
they
amazing.
made this in like an hour.
cool, affordable, progressive site.
This is amazing.
And it's,
Oh,
and it's like they even have a stupid animatic at the bottom. It's like who saw this and immediately was just like, yes,
And,
got it.
obviously, a certain web designer.
Oh my god. Yeah, I found this hilarious. But the other thing that happened at
That's
the
amazing.
Apple press conference, and in all honesty, like the thing that
People
happened,
got too much time in there.
the moment that
Oh,
happened
yeah.
itself was kind of cool. At least, like I would say for the Apple people, Shigeru Miyamoto gets on stage,
Gimmick
Sweet
time.
Jesus.
and
Sweet
they have a
Jesus.
timed exclusive Super Mario game.
Gimmick.
Why? This is ridiculous.
It's
This is the first in the huge line of huge people trying to copy the success of Pokemon Go blatantly.
Yep.
Super Mario Run?
Nintendo.
Seriously?
Wait. Nintendo copying off of Nintendo?
Nintendo had nothing to do with that.
This
Get
has
out of
nothing
here.
to do with Go. We know this. They
Rip
licensed the
Nintendo.
game
They've got
and-
nothing left.
Yeah. Nintendo is fucking no.
And
That
now
is
they're
no.
just like us too with a first party. And it's ridiculous.
They already made a first party app though.
It's ridiculous. They don't want Pokemon to be associated with Nintendo. They want Mario. They want the numbers that Pokemon has with I almost said Naruto. I am sleepy.
But they already have a main party app out there. Didn't do
Dude.
well, but they
Damn.
have one.
If I knew how to read Japanese, I would import P5 so fast. But it's just whatever. It's a whatever thing at this point.
It's ridiculous. I am not a fan
I thought
of
you
that.
work on a freaking good Metroid at this point.
Really. They already put out reviews for Federation Force in Japan.
Oh,
Or no, sorry, sales figures, and it is doing shite.
Oh,
yeah,
of
it was
course.
something like 4,300. It was ridiculously low.
But as far
Just Bomberino.
as the whole Mario Run thing, so the thing that actually irks me about the situation is we already have this concept of exclusive, timed exclusives, what have you, on
Mhm.
main consoles and
they're not
computers and
liked.
stuff.
They are genuinely
And-
completely disliked.
I understand when you're the first party, you're trying to sell your console, buy this over other console B. I understand that. I just don't want it to spread to mobile. I already buy enough fucking devices as it is. I don't need it to be like, oh, Legend of Zelda, only on iOS. Well, I'm buying an iPad. Like, fuck me. I don't need more devices in my life.
Kingdom Hearts.
Only
Probably
on,
they didn't make a game for the Ouya.
only
Oh,
on,
oh, speaking of Kingdom Hearts, what's his name? The head developer of Kingdom Hearts did an interview, and they're talking about how, yeah, they're looking to make a Kingdom Hearts CG movie. You know what the immediate response was to that? Don't you dare take time away from the game we've been waiting for the past goddamn decade.
Fact.
But yeah,
Keep your head down and keep working.
but yeah, those are like the two big things that come out of the.
If we don't get a release
Apple
date
shit.
at E3 this year, or by the Disney or the next Square fucking event, it just
Well, there's two rumors that are out right now for KH that I've seen. One is that the release date is actually in 2.8 for 3, and then B, that it's been hinted that they're just dropping Xbox One support for KH3.
So we have
they
to
are.
earn
They've
it.
they've already taken it off their webpage.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't deserve KH3 yet.
But that was for the Japanese one, and the Xbox One in Japan is doing nothing.
Okay, it could just be in Japan and that's it, you're thinking?
Yeah, because Destiny did not launch in Japan until Sony published it in Japan. Otherwise, it never came to Xbox there because whoever, I forgot the studio name, they just weren't going to publish it. So Sony was like, oh, we'll publish it, and it'll be in Japan under our name.
Okay.
So
Holy
it could just
shit.
be like, yeah, us at Square Enix are not going to do this for the Xbox One in Japan, so
It's because it's not moving. It's just not doing any business.
nothing. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, I need you to listen to Jim Rome talk about the Lions winless season. Because he's a complete douchebag when he's like, please do the dream of not winning the game. It's like, I need somebody to step up out there, man down. Oh, it's just epic. I listen to it.
down.
Yes, not man up, man down. I need you guys to man down and get this done. There was one segment. Oh, this is the best part. It's like the Lions just did this 56-yard pass play, and I'm thinking, damn, is anybody gonna step up here? And then an offensive lineman is offside. That's what I'm talking about. This guy was like, not in our house, not on my watch. I'm gonna put the team on my back and line up offside. Just greatness.
Oh, I feel like it's like put the team on my back and just lie down.
Oh.
I am not carrying you anywhere.
It was just one of the greatest things I've ever heard. I listen to it at least once every 2 weeks. Awful. I'm telling you, just listen whenever you get some free time. It's about 6 clips, and each clip is only about 6 or 7 minutes. So you're talking about a half hour, and it's just one of the greatest things I've ever heard. This woman calls up, I used to live in Detroit. Don't you think you're being a little hard on them? You know, the economy, these guys are trying really hard, and you're just reveling in their failure. Isn't that just kind of crappy? Yes, I am. And isn't it great? Oh, it was just wonderful. But keep going.
All right, so yeah, that's really it for the Apple stuff. Nothing else of note.
I will never understand. People
Apple
associate,
people?
No, people that associate brands with quality, because there's
so not true.
There's a image out where these blue and yellow shoes, and someone was like, just changing the logos on it makes it look more appealing to people, and they did the Converse logo, the Jordan logo, the Nike logo, Adidas, people,
New
whatever.
Balance. Ugh.
Yeah, and it's just like, you look at the logo and it's like, oh, it's the Nike logo, now it looks good. Oh, it's the Converse logo, now it looks like crap. It's the same shoe. All they did was change the logo on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. It's just like people associate brands with quality or products that are worth getting.
Far from what
The
is
big
usually
the
true.
big thing that I guess goes into this quality argument is people and their patents and stuff. It's like, oh, and we can use this awesome technology, and that goes into it. But people find ways around that and make quality stuff.
It's
Yeah.
funny how
Tell you right now, like, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. You were talking first.
we live in an information, like the information is super highway, and people can't research just minute things. Like there's
as an example,
Go ahead.
real quick. The best headphones I have ever used, and I've had Beats, I've had Skull Candy, I've had a whole bunch of those really nice headphones. So far, the best ones I've owned are the ones I currently use, and they're by this random side company called Status. I never heard of them before that. I was doing a lot of research online for a good pair of like $50 to $60 headphones that I could just sit back and enjoy my music with. And I saw like one pair that had nothing but solid reviews, but no mentions. Like it only had like 10 comments on the headphones, but each one was a 5-star rating, and each review was through the roof. But the pair literally has the best sound quality of everything I've ever had, and their customer service is literally on point. My right headphone broke 2 days ago. I sent them a email about it. Not only have I gotten a response, but they're sending me a brand new pair free, and it's out of warranty. They're like, okay, don't even worry about it. What happened is on us. It's our technical fault. It shouldn't have ended like that. We'll completely send you a new pair, the updated version. Don't worry about it. It's like nobody knows these people. I've never heard anybody talk about them. But when it comes to quality and of the business and the product, it can't even be argued. So it's like, what is the word I'm looking for here? Like you were saying, the logo doesn't mean shit. The name, the brand doesn't mean shit. It's the quality of things that matter. People need to get off this whole like bandwagoning. That's what I'm gonna call it. Bandwagoning.
with the right marketing campaign, crap can be gold in people's eyes.
A lot of off-brand cereal tastes better than on brand.
I agree. The Fruit Loops off-brand cereal is a bajillion times better than Fruit Loops. Step your game up.
Government cheese isn't that bad.
It's better than Kraft to me at times, depending on the sandwich.
It's really good. I'll mash a government cheese sandwich.
You are a terrible individual. I used to work at a deli and I served that shit. You need to stop.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You had like imported Gouda or whatever. Nobody gives a
Italian. What the? You
And
guys no cheese. Only the finest brie. Shut up.
what the fuck? I'm not French.
It's a freaking pizza slice. No excuses.
All right, but brie on pizza is actually pretty solid.
Of course it is.
Oh
You wouldn't
man.
know.
Past the Gorgonzola. What'd you just say to me?
Gesundheit.
These are words? Do you want the pepperoni or?
The gabagool.
What?
Yeah,
The fuck?
for the nice gagoosh.
Bada bada boo da boo.
Okay, when did we get to the Swedish chef, Mike? That wasn't even Italian. That was like the Swedish chef from fucking the Muppets.
Swedish chef
bork,
is like
bork.
schmurdy burp.
That's what you just did!
I said, I did like the Peter Griffin impersonating an Italian.
You sounded like the fucking
No.
Swedish chef from the Muppets. That is
No.
what you sounded like.
No.
No, trust me. Never do an Italian accent again or even attempt it. You sound like the Swedish chef. That was terrible.
Okay, I'll keep doing it then, since I know it annoys the shit out of you.
Versus heard it. Versus, did that not sound like the Swedish chef, please?
He doesn't count. He's on too much of a delay.
Ah!
Moving on. So, well,
And
you
before
guys
he
were
asked you to
mentioning.
do that at RTX.
You guys were mentioning something about Samsung and Fire.
Oh, you
Before.
didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Samsung, the Samsung Galaxy Note 7.
Mm-hmm.
They recalled the entire line because it has been essentially turning itself into a grenade
Oh,
and just exploding everywhere. People's
that's
pockets, Charging everywhere, just exploding.
Straight exploding and catching fire.
Yep. Oh, versus response is he sounds exactly like the Swedish chef. Thank you, versus.
don't care. Moving on.
Nope.
Is that really it? Like nothing else about
No,
the Samsung?
it's literally
Just-
becoming a fucking grenade. That's not good enough for you. That's not good enough news. Oh, I'm just walking down the street with my Note 7 in my pocket. Grenade!
just like, oh, he
There
exploded.
you go. Certain offices were being turned into battlefronts. The fuck you want?
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
but again, God forbid there shouldn't be a headphone jack. Nope, grenades going off everywhere.
I don't agree with that, sir. I would get a fucking Apple plug. What? What?
Pictures.
Oh, yeah.
DA is in his own little thing, and then he saw the pictures, and now he just.
Yep, they are absolutely amazing.
Let's see here. Oh, Jesus.
I'm waiting on a very important explosive.
This shit is
So,
gold.
the reason he's laughing so hard
Look at that! Look at that mattress!
is because there's a character in Street Fighter EX named D-Dark. And when he put down an explosive, he says explosive, and then it explodes. So he was like, I'm just on my phone, explosive, and it explodes.
Oh, I actually like that joke.
It's a joke only people that play Street Fighter EX is gonna close to understand, and you have to like D-Dark. So a lot of people aren't gonna get it, but it's cracking him up.
That's bad. That looks like a hotel. How's he gonna explain that?
My phone exploded.
He could technically sue Apple for any and all damages that the hotel
Samsung?
charges him
Samsung.
for. Samsung, that's it.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's
Oh.
amazing.
Okay, so there's the Sony press conference, but this is a question. I posted the thing relating to this question on Facebook, but I'm just gonna ask it here. So, have you guys ever been in a movie, and whether it's something about your job or just, I don't know, something else in general,
Uh-oh.
that is so wrong, just completely wrong, that it just drops all suspension of disbelief in a
Okay.
movie?
Okay. BG ruined something for me
Oh, no.
quite a long time
This had
ago.
nothing to do with jobs, but
He was watching, I think it was Sherlock,
Sherlock.
and he was watching people drink something. He's like, people can't act like they're drinking something. It's always like a terrible glug, glug, glug. Boy, that sure was refreshing. It's terrible. And now every time I see somebody drinking something, it's like they're not drinking it at all.
Yeah.
And that has ruined people drinking things for me forever.
There's a way you act when a liquid hits your lips.
Yes, and you can't
You
fake
can't.
that. I was talking to Peanut earlier. I think it was like last week, as a matter of fact.
Mhm.
Mime broom sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
Mime. Try mime it.
Mhm.
You can't. You can't.
No,
You
you're right.
can't.
You're right.
You can't.
It's just an involuntary.
Exactly. I was thinking earlier, like, how do I hold a spoon? And then I held it all like this.
Really? I hold mine like,
What the?
yeah.
What
I
are
hold,
you, L?
I hold all my utensils with just these.
But I'm just, you can't. And you can't fake drinking.
You cannot fake a drink. It looks awful. As far as the job thing, only thing is really like I used to work construction, and a lot of the cat calls are just like really out there.
Ooga.
Other than that, not really.
So,
Oh, there is a funny story about. I think I might have told this story. So apparently, there's something in Detroit where if you spit near a woman, if she's a hooker, it means they want to have sex.
Oh no.
It's like the signal for okay, where are we going? So my boss was this was like 6 years ago. My boss was we were working. He went outside to go drink, and then he spit near this woman. He was like, and she was like, "Oh, so you want to have sex, babe?" And she was like, what are you talking about?
I'm thirsty. Yeah, you are.
mm-hmm.
All right, continue.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So, the
Big
thing,
Interesting
what happened
fact.
with me recently that brought this up,
Did they hit a lot of keys on the keyboard?
no, it was something that was said.
We have to hack the internet. Which
Although-
one? All of them.
Oh,
No.
Jesus Christ, Arrow.
Though I've seen stuff of that where, like, in some TV show, someone is getting hacked and he's typing on a keyboard, but specifically on one side of it. And he's like, "Oh, we're getting hacked." And some guy behind him is like, "Oh, let me help you." And he starts typing on the other side of the keyboard.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I think it was
Don't-
one of the NCIS.
Yeah, it was like what, some criminal investigation show, but it's just like, that's
Don't-
not how it works.
Don't watch The Core.
But in the new Bourne movie, Jason Bourne, the new Jason Bourne movie. Typical Jason Bourne movie. I like them. Whatever. There is a scene in the beginning of the movie where the girl from all the other ones, the, like, computer girl, goes into this, like, underground hacker haven somewhere in Iceland, I think.
Yeah,
There's, like, password to get in. It's in this abandoned factory. So it's, like, supposed to be, like, anonymous type people, I'm guessing. And they're all foreign, so they're all speaking a different language, and it's subtitled. And there's this line, it is not intended to be funny at all. It's just supposed to be jargon. But I am a programmer. So the line was, and I guess I'll explain the joke, which sucks, but it just says, "We'll use SQL to corrupt the database." Which, I use SQL every fucking day at work. I could corrupt a database just by being stupid. Like, it doesn't take hacker level knowledge to corrupt a database with SQL. It's just, you have to be fucking stupid. And I read that line. Brian was with me, my roommate. I just started busting out laughing. In the middle of the theater. He just turns and looks at me. He's like, "What?" I'm like, Nothing. This scene is ruined. I can't take this scene seriously anymore. And it's just like I haven't looked online, but I bet you there's a list somewhere of like all of the terrible programmer references in any TV show, movie, what have you. And like I have friends who are like nurses and doctors that like hate fucking Grey's Anatomy just because they're just like,
Oh yeah.
you don't. That's not how you do that. Doctors aren't. We're the nurses. There are no nurses. Like, and just all this other stuff, and their suspension of disbelief gets broken too. It's interesting, like what a profession, I guess, so to speak, can do to you.
I have something like that. I hate precocious child actors because they always say the cutest, like, "Oh, this is such a perfect line right here." No, there's a story about a girl that I was tutoring a few years back. She was a fairly well-mannered girl. She quiet, do her work. So she's just, doing her math homework, and then she just looked over me like, "My cat farted on me yesterday." And then she just stared at me, daring me to punish her. I backed down. And then she just went back to her work. It's like, you know what? I would have backed down too. So yeah, something like that it's fairly common to be so ingrained with something that you just like, nah, that's not how it goes. Yeah, that did have sort of a cokey aftertaste.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I really want to find a list of that. I mean, it'll probably once you like are embedded in the field of engineering, Ralph, you'll probably see something in a movie and you'll be like, "That's fucking wrong. That's fucking wrong."
It's already happened. It's already happened.
Crashing this plane.
Or, like-
tend to not care.
I know. Was it my coworker? I was talking about this with my coworker today, and he said, like in movies where like a pilot just lets go of the throttle, and all of a sudden the plane just goes into a dive.
Nope, that is not how it works.
Yes.
That's not how it's designed to work.
Just like, I'm just gonna do a stretch. Oh no!
Nope. Those things are actually hard as fuck to maneuver with. Like, they lock into place if you do not fuck with them.
What are we giggling about?
More pictures.
No, we're talking more about the. This is why we usually just mute our mics. We entertain ourselves a lot. We're talking more about how people can't drink. So I had our water bottle closed and had it way over my mouth like I was drinking. And I'm like, there's clearly nothing coming out. Just to emphasize how fake they are when they're drinking stuff.
I see.
It was nothing.
I see. All right, so we have the Sony meeting press conference thing that happened.
That was oddly nothing because nobody's really talking about it. That's how I know nothing about it.
It was.
So-
It wasn't meant to be anything. It was meant to announce the Slim, and it was meant to announce the Neo/Pro, and that's it. And it did.
They show like the only thing of like note besides those, I guess, that I'm seeing is they showed off some of Mass Effect Andromeda. That's really
Yes.
Yeah, the on the rails game engine render. It looks pretty good. It doesn't look very good, as what I meant to say. It looks very, very stiff, and then the full on what's it called, the cutscene, that looked like Mass
Are these
Effect
Super
1
Saiyan
levels.
transformations?
Very good, very good.
Sorry.
it.
He was looking at the iPhone colors, and one was
Yeah.
rose, gold, silver.
Ah.
No, that is a very good topical joke. But yeah, no, like the CG looked crap. I saw the trailer, because they shared that on Facebook. What is it? Forgot the name of the company that makes it. BioWare. BioWare?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed the trailer. I was just like, this is not inspiring me to look into this. Like, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
It was alright. I mean, it was pre-alpha. What do you want?
I mean, yeah, I'll give it that. I hope to God there's fixing, because like that shit just did not impress me. A lot like actually how
Oh.
Battlefield 1 is right now.
Actually, speaking of press conference things, I forgot Nintendo did a direct, but it was very unremember.
Eventful?
It's just
Yeah.
like unremarkable. So,
So it was very indirect.
hey,
But
Thank you.
like
I'll be here next week.
yeah,
what up, wop?
the only thing of note was that they're for the 30th anniversary of Zelda, they're releasing Zelda amiibos. So that's for me.
Yeah.
I'm getting those. That's like the,
Oh, but what about the Metroid anniversary? Oops.
I did manage to snag the Metroid 2 remake before they had the giant cease and desist.
Yeah, they're doing too much. You
And
gotta protect that precious IP, huh?
What was it? Over 400 like cease and desists were sent out. Like
that was
stopping
it was for
a
one
ton of
company
things.
who was using a whole bunch of different gaming like they had one game that had like Zelda and then Undertale and like all this shit combined. And there was some moral justification for it. Just cuz while yes, the games were free, when you would play the games, you'd be seeing ads on their website and that would make them money.
They'd make them money. Yeah.
Exactly.
Inadvertent for okay.
Exactly. So, and it was just, yeah, people put man hours into it, but it was just a bunch of Flash games that use Nintendo characters and other video game characters.
Speaking.
I
of,
have to ask then, why do they allow things like on forums? Like official pictures?
Uh,
What do you mean?
Like if they put out screenshots for Zelda, official screenshots, and then these forums make money off of it because ads are there.
usually they're licensed.
What, the forums?
If they're actual advertisements and advertisement
No,
slots.
no. They have ads on their forums. Just like this game site had ads,
There's-
even though the game.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
There's
Yeah.
a lot less emphasis on still frame imagery than there is on actual moving frame.
Yeah, like you're making a
It's-
game, you're telling a story, you could be reflecting those characters in a negative light.
The copyright of image of the game doesn't protect the same as actual gameplay.
But then
protected.
people portray these things in a negative light when they put stupid like photoshops or
Yeah, but that's
Yes, that's just like-
well within fair use. That is like unarguable, pretty much. Like it's a whole different set of laws because it's a different medium. Imagery versus video is a different medium entirely, different bylaws, different laws, different everything. It's
Yeah.
a different world.
But
It's
yeah,
a bit of an odd thing. But speaking of cease and desist,
we live in a very gray area of fair use.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah.
And sooner or later, this is gonna have to be defined.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the Wild West right now for the internet, essentially. That's pretty much where we are. Look at what YouTube's been going on. That big purge we were talking about the last podcast.
WTFU. That's what that whole
No.
thing was about. Trying
Yeah,
to
no,
get
that-
new
the
fair
new
use.
one. The new
Oh,
one now
the monetization
is
thing.
destroying like the smaller YouTubers.
Not even,
No.
not even small. Philip DeFranco.
No,
I think he said he had 12. He got it removed on 8.
Well, just It's not removed. It's unmonetized. But it,
Yeah, but it's like he had monetization removed on like 12 different videos.
Yep.
And then he got it back for like 8 of them. But the problem is, the main thing everyone's upset about really is even if they get it back, they hadn't been being told their videos were demonetized before. It had already been happening for a while now, apparently. So people weren't making the money they should have been making and didn't have a reason for it. So it's like that's a gray area right there of what is representation of your policy. It's like your whole platform is you make money off of your content, and if it works, you make money. If it doesn't, you don't. But people were making the content that they thought was fine, and you weren't telling them it wasn't, and therefore they made no money. So I'm guaranteeing there's a lot of backroom court things happening because of this, because that's a big legal fuck zone. Because
legal fuck zone. What is that noise?
That's
oh,
vacuum.
fair.
Wow.
No, fair.
It's not like a vacuum. But yeah, it's a big fuck storm. I mean, it's gotten to the point now where companies themselves are fucking hitting themselves with things because they're just hitting these videos or whatnot, are flagging them without even reviewing them. Fucking Warner Brothers flagged their own goddamn shit on Google. There was a whole big thing. I believe there was all this on the No, actually. I think that's where I saw it. And they had flagged their own search results as being illegal and taking them down to try and stop people from like searching for torrent URLs or download options. So like things for like big movies, the recently big movies, I forgot which titles, have been taken down and noted as being, this has been removed due to DMCA, blah 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 blah. It's like it's a fuckstorm. Like, there's no better way to really put it. It's no head, not one head is not, each head is not talking to the next, and they're just saying, "Fuck it, it's mine. This is mine. This is mine." And there's just so little litigation in actual words to being used to discuss what who, what, when, where, and why these things are okay, not how somebody can make money with this and how they can't. It's a clown fiesta. It's a joke.
Well, they'd have to pay someone to actually review stuff.
Jesus Christ, man.
That fan, it's
our computer is crap,
It's trying its best.
and we've had it forever.
it's trying its best. I like that.
Oh man, I'm just fuck IGN, all Apple shit. Stop.
Yep.
Stop.
They know where their fire is tilted.
Ah,
Okay, past Apple.
PlayStation
Jesus
4
What's
Pro
this say right here?
won't play
Samsung
4K
exclusive.
Blu-rays. Really? That's interesting.
I guess they showed a little bit of it. It wasn't a whole lot, but the Spider-Man game running on the PS Pro.
HDR is really the future. The fuck is HDR?
High dynamic, high
It's
direct or something
it's
like
a step
that.
up from Blu-ray.
So it's below 4K or
It's like hand to hand or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap? I don't really care about stupid high quality stuff.
Same here.
Speaking of that, did you guys see the up-res for the Arkham games?
Ooh.
Oh boy, the comparison screenshots.
Like
for what game?
the Arkham re-releases for for PS3 versus PS4. This is the first like comparison thing where I was like, "Fuck!" Like there is such
Can
a
I get
difference.
a link, please? Because I actually really want to see this.
Hold on, let me pull the tweet. This is hopefully this is it. Let me post this here. Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom.
But yeah, like just there's like a shot of Batman like sitting outside in the rain. Like in the PS3, he doesn't look like he's wet at all. It's just he's there. And then PS4 right next to it, just like his cowl was glistening, and like
I would play the remastered Arkham City in a fucking heartbeat.
yeah, I'm
That is
really hoping.
No,
Looks bad.
you guys need to see the actual like.
That Joker looks bad.
Yes, that's
What do
the
you
problem. They're trying to fool you. This is their video comparison, just screenshots from that.
Okay. The video comparison looks really good. Cause
That Joker is fucking awful. What the hell?
Catwoman doesn't look bad.
Doesn't matter. Joker's in like every other fucking scene.
Thing is, there's a lot that without seeing
Ooh.
something in motion.
No, you can see that on picture. There's a clear fucking difference.
Okay.
That model on Joker is bad. It is bad.
Just getting all the pictures. Yeah, Batman looks fine. Catwoman looks fine to me. Hugo, it's just a picture of Hugo Strange.
Yeah. Tell me which one is the PS4 one. The
Oh.
first or the second.
Oh,
I'll tell you that you're wrong.
I would
Keep clicking Catwoman.
say
Hold on. I keep clicking the wrong fucking image.
second.
Cat.
Yep.
They went a little crazy with the hair, but the
Yeah,
lighting and the shading.
His hair is wow.
Bad. The reflection, the glasses, and all the shading look more modern.
Wow, that first one looks bad. Holy shit.
It's kind of split to me, in all honesty. Joker was meh.
It
Yeah.
shouldn't look any worse in any aspect.
Yeah, that
The
Joker.
Bioshock Shock collection looks amazing.
I mean, Harley looks outstandingly better. I'll say that.
Her chin is doing weird things in PS4.
Her chin is doing weird things on PS4. You got a point there.
That Joker is just atrocious.
That Joker is a sin. It is terrible.
Needless to say, I don't really care. And then they didn't include Arkham, which is odd.
Arkham.
I mean,
which one?
Origins.
Oh, because Origins wasn't their game.
That doesn't matter.
It does for like, what is it called?
It's not the Rockstar collection. It's Return to Arkham.
Yeah, but it's being put out by Rockstar.
I mean, Rocksteady.
Rocksteady, yeah, that thing.
That doesn't matter.
It does when it comes to licensing. Rocksteady doesn't own the license,
But WB still has to publish it.
but it's different company.
Yeah, but it's under their umbrella. Ella.
Hey,
It doesn't
hey,
matter. It just that's how copyright laws work. It's now that other company's product.
Strolling through, there's just really freaking nothing. Sonic Mania beta, that was a thing, or whatever.
Sonic needs to go. How would you improve Sonic and make it fun again?
There is actually, literally today, I saw this.
Simple. Make it the old Sonic. It
No,
doesn't have to be
They
Mario.
tried that. with
Sonic Mania.
4.
No,
and it
Sonic
was
Mania
black.
is coming out, and people are liking that a lot. Some dude just in his own free time made this demo level of just his own engine, whatever, for a open world Sonic,
Mm-hmm.
and made his own engine. And it's his big thing is you have to earn speed. There's no boosters, no nothing. It's you got to use slopes and stuff to your advantage. And for a solo guy doing his own stuff, it was interesting, for sure. Definitely needs polish, but I'm curious to see how far he'll take the concept.
Did you see that one guy that made a game in Unreal Engine 4 by himself? That looks like a successor
Yes.
to Devil May Cry.
Yes. Holy
Wait, what?
fuck! I
Nope.
showed you this.
Which one?
Is a guy who made like a Devil May Cry hack and slash game by himself
Oh
in
yeah,
Unreal.
yeah. That thing looked fucking insane.
That man is a godsend.
The next Hideo Kojima, please.
Well, it's interesting seeing like solo developer works come out like
Scott
that.
Coffin,
Stardew
Yeah.
Valley.
5 Nights.
Yes, just like so many like and good stuff when they don't have to deal with, conflicting visions or publishers or producers. Although Stardew Valley has a publisher, but I forget the guy's name, but he controls everything in it. It's a Harvest Moon game we always wanted, and he made the Harvest Moon game that we all wanted.
Oh, the developers of what was it? It might have been Rocket League. They did a game called The Floor is Lava, and it looks great.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw some clips of that. Okay, so I knew that the fucking Snorlax thing was going to become a meme the moment I saw it.
Snorlax thing.
Yep.
In the trail, there's a
They
trailer.
wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah, there's a trailer for Pokemon, new stuff that they announced. And one of the big things in the new game is every Pokemon has a Z move. That's like an individual move just for them.
Mm-hmm.
And Snorlax's is he finally wakes up and then, like, berserker barrels towards...
Like he does like the eye shining.
Yeah.
Thing, like happens in most
Like-
anime. He stands up,
Yeah, like the
runs, jumps, and does like a side.
completely
side
round
dash.
eyes. His face is entirely encased in shadow. And, like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, this is going to be all over the internet. And I was right. Unsurprisingly.
Speaking of anime, Prison School is freaking amazing.
Oh, isn't it? Isn't it just?
Is it really though?
Amazing.
Isn't it just?
I thought it was just gonna be some stupid, etchy comedy show.
No.
There is so much intricate nonsense.
It's so good.
and the characters are fantastic. It's
All of them.
3 years are shorter than 4. Yeah. Boom. Oh. Amazing.
Okay.
stuff.
I have to ask.
Why?
Top 5 characters.
Why?
Why?
What?
DC's Black Lightning TV series in the works from the producer of Flash and Arrow.
Yeah, I knew that.
Static!
No. Why would they do that?
Isn't he more popular? Way more popular?
Why? Because of a cartoon?
I think I had never heard of Black Lightning until
They did a joke in the cartoon about Black Lightning. I think it was the second episode. Static is going through his costumes of what he should wear as Static Shock. And he puts on the Black Lightning. And Gear goes, absolutely not. You look ridiculous. And he's in the Black Lightning outfit.
did not know that.
Yeah. It is what it is.
All right.
People, first off, they're all a lot older than Static.
It is true.
So if you know, Oliver and Barry are in their mid to late 20s, Static would probably be in his early teens. So no, that's not gonna work.
All right.
I mean, they made that work for fucking Wally West in Flash.
Wally West is 18, so he's like 8 to 10 years
again,
younger than Barry.
Again, they did the same thing in Flash. So why couldn't they do it for Static?
Why would they? Because the age is weird.
I'm not.
It's just like it would be like Supergirl being 18, and no, it would be like Clark being in his mid 20s, and Supergirl being 18. I mean 16, 15 or 16. That's not how it goes. He's been Superman for a while, so they're not gonna thrust him in there. Plus, Static's too good for them. He's too good for the Arrowverse. He does not need to be mixed up in any Oliver Queen nonsense. Can that series end after this season?
It does need to stop.
Oh, but Legends of Tomorrow has the Legion of Doom. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be Reverse Flash and Captain Cold, and I think one more person. But Captain Cold. So.
That's the only reason you're hyped for it, isn't it?
No, I love the Legion of Doom. They're ridiculous.
Let's see if it's done right. That's the real.
I'm
the
a
real
fan
question.
of ridiculousness in comics and comic media, I should say. Like, I'm fine with the drama and stuff, but I love ridiculous things translated into media. Why are you shaking your head for?
Get ready for JoJo.
No, what I'm saying is, comics, by the very nature of being comics, are fairly ridiculous. But so many media just take themselves too seriously with it. Hence, you know, the Dark Knight stuff, all that brooding, blah, blah, blah. I don't need super campy, you know, levity, but it's ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous. So, and the Legion of Doom is just ridiculous. So I enjoy it. I will get to JoJo one day, but Prison School
Not
is
liking that JoJo.
ridiculous.
Not liking that one day stuff, but
Why not?
top five characters go.
Glasses.
Wrong. Gakuno.
Go continue.
So I can tell you how wrong you are.
Seriously? I'll tell you, I don't like Andre in the slightest.
Really?
I don't like
Really? Even after the Joe thing with the...
I don't like
I like Andre. He's not in my top five. Really? That's
Joe.
odd. Number 2?
I love Joe.
I did like
and
the...
Prophecy thing.
Oh, that was so good. That was amazing.
Anna.
Wow, your list is weird.
I'm a weird person. The president of the Underground.
Mari.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were the other one. Yeah.
Kate, no. No. No.
Awful.
Oh, you know what? No. Put everybody after. Nope. Riza, she's number 1. then just move everybody down.
There you go.
Yeah. Shit, just
Risa, Gakuto. No. Risa, Mako, vice president.
yeah. Okay.
Love her.
Really?
She's gone for over 100 chapters.
You like the sadist one?
Yes.
Mm.
Over 100 chapters, and each I started reading the manga at like 198.
Mhm.
I think it was right around the time Mari poured out and I'm like, we're getting teases of her coming back. Give me.
Yeah. There's always teasing.
With Mako was always my favorite,
Mhm.
but then she went away, and Risa took that spot. Soon as she comes back, because I love Mako super hard. Number 3 is Gakuto. Number 4 is I don't want to put Kate right there,
You shouldn't put Kate anywhere.
but
on that.
she
You
is
shouldn't.
a great.
You
Can I,
shouldn't
is
put-
she not a great character?
She's a great villain.
Yes, she is. But she's a great character. Here's a something that happened that tells me that made me really like
But
her.
then you hate Dofi.
Yes, Dolphy. But here's something that happened when the whole snake bite thing.
Mhm.
Kiyoshi was like, "You can't get your head down there. It's impossible." And
Made him try.
and Kate's looking like, "Yep, you sure can." And Mario was like, "Yes, you can." And Kate was like, "Can you?" Just because Mario said it, she still has that little thing for her. And just because she said it, she was like, "Oh, maybe you can."
No, Kate's garbage. She's
You're-
human
It's
garbage.
fine that you're wrong.
So, before we get to the wrapping up point, Dragon Ball Super.
So,
Here we go.
And then I have a little bit of JoJo thing at the end.
you want to go to that first?
Yeah, that's because it's really quick. The way that I obtained my JoJo manga was through my tablet. It's a nice 7-inch tablet. You know, it's whatever. I read a JoJo on it. It's my JoJo box. It recently decided to just say screw me and just froze.
Oh.
It'll come on, but then after like 5 minutes, it'll just freeze and cut off. I've tried wiping all the data. I've tried updating. I've tried downgrading. Tried everything. Just nope. So I just decided to get a new tablet. And it was supposed to come Monday, which I was super pissed about because it shouldn't have come Monday because it's just in Syracuse. It's not like it's in California. I could walk to Syracuse, screw them, and then it was updated
Yeah.
to Saturday, and then it was updated to Friday, and now currently,
Did it
as
never
I-
just send from Syracuse? Is that the problem?
Hmm?
It did never just send from Syracuse?
I bought it on last Thursday, and they just sent it this Tuesday, so that was the problem.
That's because of the weekend. Literally nothing was open here yesterday.
Labor Day.
Okay, but Thursday,
Every-
Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so hold
each-
on. I'm about to tell you why right now. Okay, opening game day was Friday morning. Everything closed early Thursday night. Didn't open till late on Friday, and then there's the weekend. This is Syracuse. Nothing happens when the football team or the basketball team starts the season. Things don't work right, ever.
Bleh.
Yeah.
So anyway, right
You
now
got-
it is
I could have told you that like last week when I had known. It was like, yeah, don't expect to get it till fucking next week, dude.
it's currently in Grand Rapids, which isn't too far, but it still says Friday and it's not updated to Thursday. So I'm waiting for it to currently update to Thursday because then I could read my JoJo tomorrow, and I need my JoJo very badly because it's been about a week without it and it hurts badly. I've started to I rewatched all of part 1, which is my favorite. I've gone through select moments in part 3 that were really good. I'm just like, I've started listening to a podcast. Yeah, this list is crap. Just get off of that right now. Legit, get off of it. But the podcast is not enough here. I'm just like, I want my actual JoJo. And I've been thinking about, I got a laptop over there. I can just read it on the laptop. No. That's not how I want to do things like this. I'd rather do it my way. I'd rather have nothing if I can't do it my way. And that's my current predicament. But it should be coming tomorrow. Hopefully. Yeah, just get off of that. It's trash. It is trash. I told you the Japanese people are stupid. They can't vote.
Huh?
It's this top 10.
There was a Bleach opening. We went through all of those, bro.
It's the first one though.
Oh, okay.
Wait, top 10 open?
Top 10 anime openings.
According to who? Like what?
Japan voting.
Like what Japan voting? Like is just the Japan
Japan,
website
just-
forum or?
It's on
The
Anime
people
Movie.
of Japan. No, the kittens of Japan, Ralph. They voted.
Not what I fucking meant.
They put a sandwich on the voting booth.
Like, what grouping? Obviously.
cheese.
It doesn't say the grouping, but it's just utter chat. Anyway, yes, that is my JoJo predicament. I want my JoJo because Jolene, blah blah blah. DA is crazy. JoJo, need it.
Oh, what did
Yeah,
I just fucking see? Someone in a trailer for there's the team or whatever, like evil team that was introduced for the new Pokemon game, and one of the dudes does a JoJo pose.
There is just constant JoJo poses.
Yeah.
And
that's
a lot of
the
them
thing.
for the Z moves or whatever. It's just a lot of JoJo posing, and people have been saying it's just JoJo posing. And I'm so happy because JoJo is getting a very nice resurgence over here. They're getting
It really is.
Part 3 is getting a dub, and it's going on Toonami. Part 3, they had a test dub back in 2014, and that was all that was made of it, the first 3 episodes. And then this past Anime Expo, they were like, we're doing it all. And it's going on Toonami, and here's some manga and all that. So coming up, my next paycheck, I'm going to start buying the actual manga and stuff because, support the series and all that because I want more JoJo and I want more people to know about JoJo and I want them to know that JoJo should exist over here. Now Dragon Ball Super. I could keep going about JoJo forever because it's so
Funny. So that's going
good.
about Super forever.
How can no JoJo song be on that? Okay, these last 2 JoJo things. How can no JoJo songs be on that? Transitioning into the very first opening for JoJo, Sonochino Sadame. It was written and performed by the same 2 people who did We Are.
Really?
Yes. And once I heard it, I'm like, those trumpets. Listen to a snippet of Sonochino Sadame.
Well, not
And you
now.
will hear those trumpets, and it was like, those are the We Are trumpets. How can we please go to Dragon Ball Super? Sonochino Sadame, screw you. Yeah, you could go first because I'm sure. I don't know if you're gonna say the same thing as I am, but
I don't.
Ooh.
I dislike fans of things more than I dislike the things at this
I
point.
have something to say about that. Wait a second, listen. Son of a-
DA, we could have just waited.
Screw it.
What?
Yeah.
That's the One Piece drum, and I'm like, damn! And then I'm starting to listen to one like, oh my goodness, We Are! Sonochino Sadame! JoJo! One Piece! It's all coming together!
Huh?
We'll come in together.
Is JoJo ever gonna pass One Piece for you?
It's my number 1 favorite anime of all time,
That's not One
except
Piece.
for One Piece. I have a top 5 anime of all time. One Piece isn't on it. It transcends all things.
Yeah, I'm starting to really get there. I always thought there may be something.
No, it's never.
It's
But
never.
it's JoJo right now. Anyway, can we please talk about Super? Let me get this off here because Dio's so awesome.
Yeah, sure. You want to start or?
You said you hate the fandom more than
Okay.
anything.
So, Why is Yajirobe alive? People were like, I always love when characters that are weak do something significant in the story. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But when it's something that literally any character can do, the impact is lessened because it's not, key to that character. It's just something anybody can run up and grab Trunks and Goku. And then I gave the example of Usopp against Perona. Like
They would have been dead.
There's no Usopp is needed there. You don't need Yajirobe. But I thought his Yajirobe's thing was that he was very quick and agile. That's why he was able to cut off Vegeta's tail without being noticed. And then he was able to carry Goku on his back up to Korin Tower running an entire day. I said, yeah, sure, he may be faster than any human, but he's no faster than any other Z Warrior. What are you talking about?
He's the weakest among everybody.
Silence. You know why? Because it's crap. Why is Mai the same age as Trunks? Because they grew up together, but she was an adult and there were no Dragon Balls at the time. Silence. You people don't think. You just absorb what's happening and accept it.
It's fine.
And it's fine. No, think. Just a tiny bit. I'm not asking you to go into what key is and God key and, try to analyze. No, just use your brain a little bit when it comes to this nonsense.
Yeah, that's hard.
Complete gore bomb.
I was listening to this Dragon Ball YouTuber whom I hate.
Before you go into that, is God Key only able to use his Saiyans?
No.
Okay, so why aren't the other humans and people training with the Beerus and Whis and getting God Key? Continue what you were
Was
saying.
that a question? That's a legitimate question? I was listening to the Dragon Ball YouTuber whom I hate. He had
Why do you hate him?
a video because he's a mega fan. That's just like,
So
I'll ignore all these things.
So you
Dragon
love
Ball.
him.
It's so entertaining. I can't stop watching, dude. I would subscribe to him if I didn't hate him so much. If I didn't want him
To get just one more number.
I wish I could nega subscribe to him or something. But yeah, he was like, "What would you do with Dragon Ball?" That was his topic. He brought on a couple other Dragon Ball YouTubers, and they all had very logical things like have a legit editor come in and be like, "Hey, Toriyama, this isn't very smart. This doesn't make any sense. Can you please clarify or fix this plot hole?"
Wouldn't that be up to the people that are actually writing the show at this point?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. If if they had complete control, if they were over Toriyama.
Okay. I thought Toriyama only did certain plot points and then just get there.
Yeah. But they would say, explain more, right, and elaborate more right here.
Yeah.
Instead of just going, yeah. So there was about 3 or 4 of them. They all had very good points. And the dude comes on. They 4 people got done in 10 minutes. That's how quick they got done.
Mm-hmm.
This dude steps up like, what I would do would start. It starts back in 1991. What you needed to do was you're marketing Dragon Ball as an anime. It's not an anime. It's an experience. You should put it on after The Simpsons to get a wider audience. And I'm like, what the are you talking about? Are you insane? At the end of every manga, just have 3 pages of Dragon Ball to get them hooked. I'm like, what? And he's just going insane thing after insane thing after insane thing. I'm just like, this is amazing. This dude is such up the butthole of Toriyama. He can't see anything. Everybody should know about Dragon Ball.
He's seeing small
Everybody
intestine
should
at
watch
this
Dragon
point.
Ball. It's the most amazing thing ever. And if it was marketed correctly, it would not only be the most popular, well-known anime of all time, it would be the most popular, well-known media of all time. That's what I would do. I'm like, oh, sweet Jesus.
Here's my YouTube.
Subscribe.
Okay.
So yeah, that's I
What would you
completely
do
understand.
to get on an episode of him arguing against Dragon
Oh
Ball?
my goodness! I would drop One Piece for like 3 months to get on with him for 2 minutes. It's amazing.
Okay.
Anything else before I talk about what I would need to talk about?
Yeah. So
No chi, no sadame.
Blue is the worst transformation in Dragon Ball to date. Super Saiyan wise.
Even Rose, over Rose.
The reason I say it's worse is it's not good. Not the aesthetics of it.
Oh yeah, it's just getting punked out constantly.
Yes. So who have they fought with Blue? Frieza, who beat himself, and if he hadn't, they probably would have lost.
Frieza was stronger.
Hit, where Goku had to go 10 times whatever Blue is just to get a chance against them.
Kaba. Vegeta beat Kaba in Blue.
You're right. The
Booyah.
kid that could not even go Super Saiyan
And no,
Until
he didn't. No,
minutes
no.
earlier.
until minutes earlier, seconds
And
earlier.
he knowingly cut his power by a 10th in order to teach this boy, whom has not been referenced since. It's so terrible.
That Vegeta fathered him more than Trunks.
Really?
So, after that, you have Black, who just demolished Vegeta and was punking out Goku hard. Beat Goku and Trunks, really. And here we are.
Don't forget
So-
Zamasu.
Who? What? He did what now?
No, he fought Zamasu with Super Saiyan.
Yeah. And that was the weak one. The future one blasted Trunks away. And was about to beat the out of Goku.
And Immortal or whatever.
And Immortal. So, yeah. Like, what's going on with Blue?
No.
It's supposed to be the greatest thing ever.
Here is my actual complaint about this episode.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give a little history for the people who don't know, but this is all knowledge to all of us already. In an interview with Toriyama, he said that in terms of power, Super Saiyan God, that's the red one. Super Saiyan God Goku is a 6, Beerus is a 10, Whis is a 15. Got it? Okay, good. Super Saiyan 3 Goku could not scratch Beerus at all.
He could not scratch its head.
Vegeta, full powered after the My Bulma thing, quoted as stronger than Goku, made Beerus use 10% of his power, quoted in the show. Trunks at this point is on par or a little bit weaker than Super Saiyan 3 in the show. And that Super Saiyan 3 Ki, God Ki absorb plus all that training Goku. So we can say conservatively, in order for Beerus to beat Trunks, he would have to use 15% of his power, right? Can we agree
Yeah.
with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Black uses a Kamehameha, and he fires it at Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Trunks. Why is it that Trunks, who is 1/5 of Goku's power, because Super Saiyan Blue is stronger than Super Saiyan Red, so we can, what with training and all, we can bump that up
Not
to
Super
maybe
Saiyan Rose.
we can bump that up to maybe an 8. So let's say Beerus would need 80% of his power because he said that he needed 60 to beat Super Saiyan Red.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say to beat Blue, he needs 80% of his power. Trunks, who is 1/5 of Goku's power, takes the same blast at the same time as Goku, and they both have the same effect, that they're just knocked out and scrubbed up a little bit. Why is that? Should he not be incinerated? Yes, BG.
Fans.
Fans. Because
Here we go. fans are saying that the power discrepancy actually makes sense.
Oh, yes, I've seen that quite a bit.
I don't know how.
I've read quite a bit.
Oh, what are they saying?
A bunch of bull crap. I'm gonna look right on the Dragon Ball, and it's gonna be a topic right there.
I would
Let's see.
assume.
Yep, here it is. Episode 57's power scale isn't all that bad.
Oh God.
Can you guys talk real quick while we read?
Okay.
Have
So
either of you even seen any of Super?
I
Yeah.
watch I'll watch Masako's reviews, and then if it's anything that's like of note or worth watching even a little bit, I'll watch the clips. Like I watched the whole fight scene of Zamatsu, Goku, Trunks, Vegeta in black. Energy swords.
I tend to watch the episodes that people tend to like rant about the most.
A lot of swords. Energy.
Bruh,
Regular.
are you serious? Can you hand me that rug and that broom so I could just sweep this right under there? Just get that right out under there.
All right. Do tell.
No, I think they're still reading.
Okay.
But it's funny, on the same note, apparently Versus is telling me about how he was talking to somebody he knows about SAO. And he says one of the biggest plot holes in the show is how the people who made that VR tech made it with the knowledge that you could not turn off the thing that disables motor functions from the brain. There was no safety. There was no safety function. There was no, release valve. It was just packaged and made. It's one of the glaring holes in the show he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's just another one of the failings of that show.
But abridged. Have they re-released that episode yet?
No.
Ah, it's so good. That sucks.
Hold on. I'm gonna look it up right now. Actually,
Someone
SAO.
else grabbed it,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, it's the #1 Google search for SAO abridged. Yep, it's back up.
Okay, good. I need to rewatch it again. It was.
Oh no. Oh, it's just a reaction to it. No.
So
See, I
that's-
thrive on this. That
Maybe he-
feeling that you're feeling right now. Oh, it's so amazing. These stupid people.
Are we in a position to talk yet?
Sure.
All right.
So people's explanation of why Trunks could survive it is because he was so mad. Anger fuels Saiyan, so the madder they get, their power spikes up. Like when Vegeta was barraging against Cell when Trunks died, or Vegeta
My Bulma.
was barraging against Beerus after the Bulma thing. The problem there is they're citing that Black killed his mom, so why wouldn't he be angry? Yeah, that happened like 17 years ago. There's no reason for him to see Black again and go "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and get that large spike. He talks about him skewering his father. He went to go check on Vegeta, watch Goku get beat up a little bit, and it was like, I'll jump into this fray. There's no anger coming from Trunks at that point. Not the huge spike of anger that these Saiyans sometimes
Yeah,
get.
it's usually
So that's
blinding anger.
So that's a ridiculous statement to think that now someone is saying Goku took the brunt of it. You can see his shoulder. Are you serious? Are you people serious?
I love it, dude. I can show you some videos. It's amazing.
You want a little bit of this reaction video? I got some of this right here. You
First
want
one's free.
You'll be hooked
First
after
one
this.
is free.
This is terrible.
Yes, it is.
Fans,
It truly is.
irrational fans are. You talk about certain things killing fandoms. They are the worst aspect of things at times. Now you'll get the trolls. Your show is terrible. Blah blah blah. Everything that's not this is terrible. Sure, they absolutely suck. But when you're looking at someone justify that a creature that could beat the strongest creature and then fire a complete energy blast at the weaker creature, the even weaker creature would feel the same effects of said. No, there are powers. There's a hierarchy to energy levels. At that point, why even have them? If you're looking at it, if you're looking at two people, if you're looking at a 1 in power and a 5 in power, and they both take the blast of an 8 in power, they should not feel the same. If Goku had been exploded by Cyberman in the Saiyan arc, he would not have felt the same as Yamcha.
He would have laughed it off.
Because he went through different training and was stronger.
Exactly.
That's why some people can take these energy blasts and they'll blast a hole through somebody's chest, and the next person just pushes it off. Because that's the energy level, that's the hierarchy. You can't, people.
You can't. And then people are just like, oh, people are getting all upset about this. But when Mai was blasted and didn't die, oh, that's okay. So you're excusing one problem with another?
I was roughly fine with Mai. I'm fine with Mai that she survived, but I'm not fine why did she survive. So the point there is, Black, he's not blind. He knows how to shoot an energy blast. Why would he fire it in front of Mai so it explodes and she just gets knocked out? He knows what the freak he's doing. He would just go, "You're dead, woman, blast." So there has to be some type of purpose, right? Or does he just suck that badly?
Seemed pretty dead set on killing Bulma.
So I don't understand it. So I can see why she's alive and that she didn't take a full-on blast from the guy, but I can't see why she didn't take a full-on blast, considering every other part, including fighting Goku at high speed, constantly firing blasts, and it's right at where Goku was before he teleported. He can't stand still, fly still. Sorry, he's not standing, he's flying. Fly still, blast down, and hit this woman that has no discernible speed.
But BG, there was like smoke and clouds in his face because they wanted the reveal.
Was there?
Yes.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Oh,
That is what
I
happened.
understand. Oh, okay.
I,
'Cause,
as expert in
Z-Warriors use
Super.
their eyes at this point.
I, as expert in Super.
Another thing
Yes.
about the episode, people were completely busting a nut over the fact that Trunks did a final flash.
Yes.
There was, let's see how many comments there is now, because over 2,000. When I did a search for final flash, there were like 200 comments, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If Goku were to hold out his hands in the final flash pose, do the final flash pose, and say Goku beam, how would that be different from the final flash? In what ways would that be different?
None at all.
It's just
it'd be
an
blue.
energy blast. It's just an energy blast. There's no difference.
Blue Blaster.
Nothing.
The energy blasts in Dragon Ball are fairly exactly the same. The Big Bang attack is just that big ball of energy.
I wouldn't say that.
Why
I say they classify into three things.
Beams, balls.
No, blunt, piercing, and the weirdo category.
Okay.
The weirdo
Blunt
category.
Blunt being like a Kamehameha, that piercing being like a special being cannon or Frieza's death
Yeah.
being, and the weirdos being like anything that explodes, like a Big Bang or something like that,
Okay.
or a destructive disc.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
something like that.
Yamcha's orb.
But even has anybody ever talked about this? No. I'm just now thinking about it.
Mhm.
There's an internal logic with all of that.
Yes.
And they're breaking it.
Oh boy.
These people can feel ki blasts, can't they?
Who?
Yes. Because
So-
that's what Goku used against Frieza. He's like, he can't sense this.
So why wouldn't you, like, if you're fighting Black or fighting anybody that you know can feel ki, why wouldn't you leave a ball of ki there? Let
And then
them
they're like there they
to
are.
distract them. We've seen Goku do this.
That's clever.
We've seen Yamcha move his ki. That's clever.
Can't be having that.
Why can't they use their brains in
we
these
need
fights?
first draft.
Remember after images? Remember after images? Yeah, God forbid those will be used ever again.
We need first draft. All right,
no,
so
no rewriting, no
they-
revisions.
they punch real fast at each other.
Like,
Okay, we'll take it.
So I had a conversation with a friend today about that, and like really because he's like, I wish they had more variation in moves between the Z fighters, and he brought up like and it's not really that unique, but it's supposed to be, so to speak. The only person that has a unique move currently, as far as the main fighters, Goku and instant transmission. That's the only thing. And it's supposed to be just super fast teleporting versus their normal teleporting.
Well, they don't usually teleport per se. It's that energy, like movement, flight thing.
They
do.
move fast.
Yeah.
No
they move
one has
fast.
asked this. Why is this your favorite series, Mike?
Not anymore.
You've moved away.
I
What is
would-
it now then?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I couldn't really say. Like, I will say, I love Dragon Ball, I love Dragon Ball Z. I do not like Super.
Z had a myriad of problems.
Oh, of course it did. Doesn't mean I still can't not like it.
No, didn't say that. Oh, Jesus. I got into a long discussion about favorite versus best. There was this website that posted a terrible best video games of all time list. And everyone was like, I don't see why it's any worse than any other best list. It's just his favorite games. You know, who cares? I was like, favorite and best aren't the same, so it shouldn't be taken as that. Well, if you're talking about the best games, clearly they must be your favorite.
Nope.
And then I just started arguing against them. No, it's not. It simply is not. So they're like, why would these games? I said my favorite JRPG of all time is Dragoon. Even in the PS1 era, I believe Legaia was a better game than it. If that game has better character, story, battle system, everything better that you look for in a better game, why wouldn't it be your favorite? I said Dragoon is just my favorite. I can tell you why I like Dragoon. I can't tell you why it's a better game. I can tell you why I like Legaia. I can tell you why it's a better game, but I can tell you why it's not my favorite as well. I can tell you why Dragoon is my favorite, but I can't, I'm not going to say Dragoon is a better game simply because it's my favorite. That's not how it works.
There's other factors, like, for example, favorite Zelda for me, Ocarina of Time. Very, very good game. It was the first 3D game, so obviously it was lacking in some departments. And then there's also sentimental value for my cousin who passed away, who gave me the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's sentimental value there that really you can't compete with for any other things. However, I think the best Zelda game is Majora's Mask.
That's what I was telling people.
Yeah, it took
If
everything
you say,
from Ocarina and just made it better.
I say if you think Majora's Mask is the best Zelda, but Wind Waker is your favorite because you like, the whimsy and the travel and such,
Yeah.
you're not going to say, oh, this is the best game because it's my favorite. You would say, no, this is my favorite Zelda, but I
Yeah.
think this Zelda is better. It's not a hard concept.
It's a feeling versus a logic.
And that's
thing.
what I said, feeling. Okay, so MK9 has a myriad of problems. It's my favorite fighting game of all time. It has tremendous problems. And I mean, not just like, the balance. I mean, there are legitimate problems within the game. There's something called the player one advantage, where if two moves hit on the same frame, you'll see it all the time in fighting games. Two people will hit each other at the same time. They both take the damage and, move away from each other. They both take the impact because two moves are hitting on the same frame. There's no hit trading in MK9. So player one would always win. So if it's supposed to hit on the same frame and they both take that damage, only player two would take that damage. Player one would always win. That's a true problem in a fighting game, where you both hit a move that's 9 frames, hit at the same time, and player one wins every time. So how could I ever say MK9 is the best fighting game simply because it's my favorite when it has all these problems. Then they went into, oh, you think Street Fighter is better? I think you're just conditioned to think that because it's what a fighting game should be. I said, no, I like playing MK9 better, but I think Street Fighter is better. I think Tekken is better than Street Fighter, but I like playing Street Fighter more. I think Skullgirls is better than Street Fighter, and I like it more. So on and so forth. It's got nothing to do with it. I think you're just taking, you know, you would need a consensus to think of what the best of all time list is. No, I don't. These are the best games of all time to me. My opinion on the best game from me playing it, my personal experiences. Well, you're just taking what other people are saying and subconsciously, no, I'm playing the games and forming an opinion and comparing them to each other. It's not hard. This is what I think is the best or better, and this is my favorite. How hard is it, you stupid pieces of crap? Why is it so hard to distinguish
That's
between
why
the two?
I think the human race should just be just cut down to
Just
a
cut.
fourth of the population. Just
Vandal Savage over here.
So there was somebody that was like, there's no reason you should assume this is their favorite list, but there's no reason you shouldn't assume it's their favorite list. I said, the reason I don't assume it's their favorite list is because it says best games of all time, not my favorite games of all time. But
My-
we already established, shut up!
My top 10. There you go.
If it says my top 10, sure, that could be best or favorite.
Yep.
But if it says best games,
Mhm.
how else am I going to take that? But logically, if you don't have a metric, if they don't post a metric of why it's the best game, then logically you should think of it as favorite games. I said logically you should put best if you mean best and favorite if you mean favorite. Shut up.
But
People are so freaking dumb. Yes, they are. It's such an easy concept. I even posted the freaking definition of best and favorite. They're not even close to each other.
Oh, you love doing that.
Because they don't understand what they're saying. And there's no better way to point them out than to say the word you're using is wrong. Here is the correct definition of it to prove that you're wrong. I'm bringing facts into an argument. The fact is, when they say best, they mean of best quality or highest quality or excellence or whatever. And favorite is what you prefer the most. I think these games are of higher quality, but I prefer playing these. I said this with The Last of Us. The Last of Us... somebody said, so if someone posts a best of list, how should I interpret it? I said, the best experience of said media. So the best gaming experience I've had. This is my top 10 of them. The Last of Us is a fantastic experience. I would never play through that single player again because it's long and the impact is lessened the more you play it. I have played Alpha Protocol, which is a game with a lot of problems gameplay-wise and story-wise, but I love it because I really like the RPG aspects of it. I played that game 7 or 8 times. I would put it higher on a favorite list, but there's no way I would put it higher on a better list. It's not hard.
Oh,
But
man.
you're wrong though.
Fucking along those lines, they just remade Resident Evil 4 for Xbone and PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that immediately. I'm playing it right now.
Yeah.
Such a good game.
One of the best and one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
They can overlap, absolutely. There's no reason they shouldn't overlap. There's no reason a game that's on your best games of all time
Oh, yeah,
should
that's
not be on your favorite.
Not mutually exclusive, but there's...
But there's no reason a favorite game of yours should automatically go on the best.
the best.
So just stop it. You're dumb. You're dumb people.
And with that
I
public...
really wish I had God powers. I would just smite so many people.
And this is why you never be that god power.
Oh, yeah.
No, this would advance the human race by decades.
BG Almighty would be a very different movie.
And there's our title. Oh,
You know,
actually,
like-
speaking of like best video games and things of that regard, we'll end it on this. This weekend there was this exhibit that was at the local Columbus Science Center, and it was Video Game Masters. It's this Australian company for like visual media. I forget. Essentially, they took a whole bunch of big designers and companies and just had an exhibit kind of celebrating them, essentially the rock stars of the gaming industry. And just I mean, they had a fucking if I really wanted to, I could have spent a whole day in there, just because for every developer and every company that they mentioned, just because for Blizzard they just mentioned Blizzard, they didn't mention any specific developers at Blizzard. They had demos, like 3 to 4. So they had this whole arcade segment that went through like Shigeru Miyamoto with Donkey Kong, Iwatani for Pac-Man, and a bunch of other developers. And they go into the heavy hitters. They had the developer behind Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, Blizzard, Nintendo, the guy who created Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Team, guys who created Rock Band. There's this rhythm developer in Japan who makes music games, and then they had a whole section on indies and just like how they got their starts and all that. And it was actually like they had like little vignettes for the different developers. The guy who made Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, his was really interesting. And I actually read they had one for Kojima, but all the games that they had listed were Metal Gear
Right.
Solid 2 through 4. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was the Konami shit that probably the reason they removed it. And there was 3 things from the exhibit that were missing to me. That one that I felt was like a little criminal, that they didn't mention Iwata at all in the Nintendo area, considering he's done so many like stupid awesome programming feats. And then they had nothing about RPGs. The only mention of RPG was WoW. And they didn't to me, the creator of Final Fantasy kind of popularized, put modern RPGs on the map for all of gaming, really. And then there's no fighting games at all. Fucking throw Ed Boon there or something. Someone who is
I mean, let's be honest. Back in the '90s, Mortal Kombat and its quote unquote whole issue with the brutality is what threw the whole question of what it is to be a video game into the fucking limelight.
They created the SRB.
yeah,
for-
that and then
because of
that's
MK.
Exactly.
that and that
That's what I
Sega
mean.
game. I forget its fucking name.
That's that.
It was the
that-
vampires that had the neck clamp brace things, and it was showed at the time for
Rain?
video games very violent deaths that were
Blood Rain?
actual. No.
Castlevania.
No.
Man, Castlevania's never been graphic.
Sega game ESRB. I could find it pretty damn easily. ESRB. I see Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's right.
Night Trap. There we go.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it was
Is
like
that the
it was like a security camera footage game.
FMV game? Yeah.
Okay. The Sega CD thing.
Yes.
That one. Okay. You're talking about vampires and stuff.
They are vampires.
Okay, I never actually saw all of Night Trap. I only
Yeah.
saw,
It
you
was-
know, the women running around like, "Oh my
Yeah,
Yeah, and
Jesus!"
scantily
no."
clad clothing for the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just in general, there was no mention of Street Fighter, of Mortal Kombat, nothing. Which I
Because fighting games nowadays aren't as relevant as they were in the past.
really
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
even with the
MK
fighting
is-
game community.
No, with the fighting game community, it's amazing, but it always will be. But you're talking about 7,000 people compared to the millions that this sells to.
Okay.
MK is pretty much the only fighter that gets anything.
Okay.
Because I think Street Fighter, I don't even think it hit 1 million.
Okay.
It might have with digital sales and around the world stuff.
Mhm.
But MK9 did 5 million. MKX was one of the top 10 selling games of last year. and that's for a fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some amazing stuff right there. And that was for America. I don't know about around the world, but for America, it was one of the top 10 selling video games. And no other fighting game can do that anymore.
Besides like Smash, but that's Nintendo
Yeah, and
appeal.
Smash is an anomaly.
Yeah.
Even with 7 million Wii U's out there, it's gonna sell 6 million.
Yeah.
So Smash, you can't really count that. So
Mhm.
unless it's MK, it's not doing anything. Street Fighter is doing nothing. It did nothing. We'll see with Tekken, but a lot of these fighting games just don't do anything.
Okay.
They're not mainstream anymore.
Interesting.
Like there used to be movies and TV shows and stuff where people would just be playing Street Fighter 2. They'll just be playing Mortal Kombat. Now they're playing Call of Duty or they're playing 2K or Madden or something.
Yeah, it may have just been the whole arcade cabinet like thing. That's like
When the
going
arcade died out, that
Yeah,
fighting
exactly.
game died out.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Okay. The one thing that I saw that was weird. So they had Peter Molyneux, whatever.
Molyneux.
Yeah,
Molyneux.
whatever you fucking call him.
Molyneux.
And I didn't realize
Fable.
that he had there's a bunch of other games listed, like stuff that was way before my time. But he's like the very specific type of game that he is known for creating and popularizing is the God game, where you are set as the god of the world and you
Yeah.
essentially control the people. Like there's other games where you're literally a deity. And then Fable is just kind of like you're a mortal god, and then you kind of just become a god as you level up and stuff. Yeah, I didn't know that was like a thing. Just interesting. But yeah, unless anybody else has anything to add, I think that's a show.
The fans of Super are just garbage.
There we go. Thank you.
Hold on.
He's-
No.
he's-
No.
He's deep in the Reddit.
So here's a
He's
comment.
deep in the
Here's a comment. Goku is dealing with completely new danger that, quote unquote, I'm going in the hyperbolic time chamber for a few years by won't solve. It's stuff like this that has kept Dragon Ball relevant for 30 years.
Wait, repeat
What?
that again? Repeat that again. Sorry.
Goku is dealing with completely new danger that I'm going into the hyperbolic time chamber for a few years by won't solve. It's stuff like this that kept Dragon Ball relevant for 30 years. So basically, him just getting stronger for training and getting stronger is not going to fix this. They need a new plan. And it's stuff like this that has made Dragon Ball amazing for 30 years.
But they just went into the
What?
hyperbolic time chamber for 3 years.
Huh?
Yeah, right before the tournament arc.
Yeah, but they could fix it with that. They can't fix it with this.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, that's why it's relevant.
okay.
You can't use the same problems as last time as this time.
Hey,
You need something new.
BG! Isn't there a time limit on the hyperbolic time chamber?
No,
Okay.
no.
There used to be. And now it's just not.
But then we
Yeah,
just
what
went
was the limit before?
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days or 2 years inside the chamber.
And they just said, nah.
Maybe it's because they blew up the door. Blah, blah, blah,
Maybe.
blah, blah, blah.
Did they say that?
No.
All right, okay then.
Oh, how about this? How about Goku and Vegeta training there with Whis and Beerus?
No.
Oh, okay.
So you can't channel God energy in there as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that,
This is just my own head canon,
yeah.
I'm just assuming based off of things that they're never gonna say this, but we can assume that Goku just put his shoulder right in front of him
He outstretched his arm.
because he just did. You can see it. Look
Pix-
at the frame
frame for
1692.
Pixel per pixel.
Make sure you get the right download. It's the subbing group, blah, blah, blah. And at time did shut up.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this episode of the podcast
This
of
series-
stuff.
There are times where you think it's got to get worse before it gets better. I'm not gonna get any better.
No.
It's really not because
How
people are
can
going.
it
This
get
is
better?
the best.
Hold on, no.
art.
At this point, how could it get better?
Get rid of Goku and Vegeta.
Absolutely.
But you
Make
can't do that.
do-
You can't get
make-
rid of
Why
the
not?
flag characters
Why not?
because they're not. They would never do that.
No. Send them to another dimension. They deal with a problem in that dimension, and a threat comes to Earth that the Z Warriors have to deal with.
There's literally, I mean, it would work, but that is literally the premise of season 2 of Young Justice.
Do it.
That's what
And
I know. I'm not saying
speaking
it's a
of
bad
that,
thing.
speaking of Young Justice, the fact that Netflix is going to pick it up and produce more of that makes me so fucking happy.
Was that confirmed?
yeah, nah, it was still like season 2 of Young Justice was better than 1.
Oh, I am not saying it was
Why
bad.
not?
I-
And at this point, isn't everything an innovation instead of an invention?
Sure.
Yeah.
I am not. I'm just stating that fact. That is what it is.
Gohan
Do it.
goes to Piccolo. Please train me. We have not seen any fruits of his training.
None.
0.
I saw him babysit Pan though. Piccolo. Pan is the best character in that series. She doesn't say a
We've
word.
seen get rid of
He doesn't
Goku.
say a word.
No.
Get rid of Vegeta.
She said Piccolo, and it was adorable, and she's the best character in the series. Get rid of Goku, get rid of Vegeta, let Boost do something, let Hercule do something, let Krillin do something, let Gohan, let Goten and Trunks grow up mentally a little bit.
The
Anything.
series would have been so much better had they left Goku dead during the Buu saga.
They could have done a
Had they
bajillion
have
other
let
things.
Mystic Gohan be a fucking thing and fight Buu, series would have been different.
Someone said this. Trunks right now is the same age as he was in the beginning of History of Trunks, where Gohan was standing in front of the window and he was crying. Why is all this happening?
Mhm.
Look how physically different he is, as opposed to this 7-year-old time-lapsed monster. They're never gonna grow up because that creates a need for a new character design.
And we can't be
And-
having that.
And that sponge has been left out in the sun for too long. It's not producing any moisture. You can't get anything from that.
We need a character to go alongside Beerus. That's his brother. Okay, I'll make Fat Beerus. That works for us.
Woo! All right. I'm tired,
All right.
guys. I'm
we
getting
done
to go to
here?
sleep. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for
Laters.
tuning in. We will see you next week. Bye bye.
I'm watching this
Later.
series.